Hi, my name is Andrew Wiggum and I attend Pleasant Valley High School. I am here to talk to you about how you can keep our river systems clean. This message is a reminder that only water should enter our storm drain systems and that they are not trash cans. You can help keep our river systems clean by spreading the word. Many people believe that water pollution is caused by big industries like the one behind me. In the past, this used to be the case. Today, the number one threat to ponds and rivers is from polluted stormwater runoff. You might be surprised to learn that water runoff begins in your neighborhood in your own backyard. Stormwater drains can be found alongside of your neighborhood street and most major roadways. A stormwater drain is basically a hole in the ground with a big grate over it. What they do is they collect the excess runoff water from your street, they funnel it down into the hole where it flows freely through an elaborate system of pipes and tunnels, and it ends up in a creek or a pond. When rain and snow falls, it can land in two different places. The first place it can land is a place like your backyard, a farm, or a field like the one behind me, where it's easily absorbed into the ground. The second place it can land is a roof, a parking lot, or a street, where in turn the water becomes runoff. After that, it gets funneled into a storm drain and it comes out in a place like this. After it comes out here, it turns into a creek like the one you see here. Then it gets funneled into tunnels and leads into the Mississippi River. Stormwater runoff is untreated water. It carries with it pollutants such as gasoline, fertilizer, pesticides, motor oil, and even pet waste. It makes our river systems and waterways unfit for wildlife and unsafe for us. Many people might be wondering, how does stormwater runoff become polluted? Well, when water flows across surfaces such as parking lots, streets, and yards, it collects pollutants such as yard waste, fluids from cars, pesticides, fertilizers, and litter of all kinds. All of these together pollute our waterways. Stronger, stronger, stronger. I will be stronger, stronger. Rule 1 for keeping your waterways clean is use less fertilizer. You can use less fertilizer, reduce your pollution, and still have a healthy green lawn. Many lawns require as little as 1/2 of the amount of fertilizer recommended on the bag. Using too much fertilizer can make your yard susceptible to disease, pests, and can cause polluted stormwater runoff. Rule number 2 in keeping our waterways clean is use pesticides sparingly. All pesticides, including natural ones, are harmful to our environment. Now, some may seem safe to use around your home, but they're really not. Use the bare minimum pesticide required and follow the instructions on the back of the label exactly. Rule number 3 for keeping our waterways clean is compost yard waste. Did you know that when grass clippings and leaves enter our storm drains, they clog them up? Also, when they enter our waterways, they start to decompose, using oxygen, leaving less for the fish. So next time, try composting. Rule number 4 in keep your waterways clean is don't litter. Trash that ends up getting washed down storm drains ends up in a place like this, where it can harm wildlife and take centuries to decompose. Rule number 5 for keeping our waterways clean is the proper disposal of all pet waste. Rainwater can wash pet waste into our storm drains, our creeks, and our rivers. So remember, properly dispose of all pet waste. Rule number 6 for keeping our waterways clean is recycle used motor oil and antifreeze. It might seem easy to take this jug of old used motor oil and pour it down the drain, but remember, don't dump. This drain leads into the river. Dumping hurts fish, animals, birds, and even us. So remember, take your used motor oil and antifreeze down to your local recycling center for proper disposal. Rule number 7 for keeping our waterways clean is the proper disposal of all hazardous waste materials. Contact your local city hall to find your nearest collection center to take materials such as fertilizers, pesticides, paints, and used motor oil for proper disposal. Rule number 8 for keeping your waterways clean is wash your car and your lawn and use a mild vegetable soap. Washing your car and your lawn prevents runoff water because all the water you use just gets absorbed into the soil. Using a mild vegetable soap also helps your lawn because it washes away many pollutants and deters bugs and pests. Rule number 9 for keeping our waterways clean is limit sand and salt usage. Now, when it comes to time to use sand or salt on your driveway, you shouldn't compromise your safety. But then again, don't overdo it. Too much sand can fill in riverbeds and damage fish habitats, and too much salt can poison our drinking water. Rule number 10 for keeping our waterways clean is spread the word. Most stormwater pollution can be prevented. The main cause for stormwater pollution is the uninformed person, so take the knowledge that you've learned from this video and spread the word. If you were wondering how else you personally can prevent stormwater pollution, here's a pretty cool way. Take stickers that look like this one, find a storm drain in front of your house, and put them on the storm drain, just to remind people. Don't dump. This drain leads into the river, and dumping hurts fish, birds, animals, and wildlife.
Try your